Well. Welcome back to another episode of Ministry of Truth, and it's fucking dark, isn't it? Don't worry, the lights will come back in a minute. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's been a while. Sorry, I was listening to Stained this morning, so obviously I'm going to see it's been a while since I first... Whatever. Good morning, Juniper. Good morning, Moments, and how y'all doing this fine Thursday morning? Today is not Friday, so obviously it's not a Jeffrey day. But it's coming, and somebody gave me some ideas for a short or three, and I'm gonna run with it later when I make them. Right, Moment? I pulled a Jeffrey. You like that? You like that? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children that are 18 and above, I hope you're ready for some action-packed news from past shit since I've been collecting. Since the 4th. Holy fuck. Hey, shit, I can actually see Moment's comments now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, if you haven't gotten yourself a cup of coffee, obviously you know I had a cup of coffee, and get yourself something to eat. Obviously, I don't eat breakfast, so we know it's the most important meal of the day, which I don't think it is. And that's through experience and pushing through some fucking bullshit. I used to do Spartan races on an empty stomach and pre-workout. Don't ask me why. I love pre-workout. I used to drink it like candy. Anyway, enough talking about coffee and drinks. If you'll drink some apple juice, orange juice, or product placement. Ghost, Welch's flavor. Wish I got paid to advertise this stuff. I wouldn't take money. I want a lifetime supply of energy drinks. Oh man, it tastes just like a Welch's soda. Anyway, you guys know how I like to get it started with a little bit of music. This one is fuck. It's got to be over 20 years old. I remember when the Deftones first came out. Ross Robinson, the producer, Korn pretty much bought him on Elementary Records. See, I saw Elementary, and it reminded me of the record company that Korn started. Anyway, enough talk. Go get yourself some shit. I got to get Rumble working. Hopefully it's working because people have been having issues. Yeah, so enjoy. Not setting the asshole. Going on this anytime I play these songs, copyrighted. They get mad in places like Russia and Belarus. Those are the ones that give me a copyright. I don't know if it's really a copyright because they tend to let my video stay on as long as it's not in those countries. So those two countries can kiss my ass anyway. All right. Some reason I thought about that song this morning. I guess for some reason I was watching Warbot. Fuck it. Everybody's mad. It seems like everybody doesn't care. Fuck it. I forget what I was going to say. I was watching Warbot. For some reason, I heard the word change. And I was like, Deftones. Deftones. Why not play it? Because that's just the way my brain works sometimes. But, like I said, I took a sabbatical. I took a nice little sabbatical. Kids are back in school. All this shit. Kind of like all by myself. All by myself. I sing for a living.
You have an accent.
I'm not American.
Yeah. You're from Mexico? Wonderful. So ICE is on... No, I'm kidding. You're talking about gay football? The World Cup? What's the last one? Tomorrow? And then America, we could stop pretending anyone cares about soccer in this country. Show me an American who says they care about soccer, and I'll show you a fucking liar. You what? You live in Canada. You've named so many gay things in minute. Are you a refugee, or you're hoping to leave? Are you like the supportive boyfriend that's here tonight, or are you? No. Did you come knowing what this was tonight? Yes. Ah, bienvenidos. Oh. I will call ICE after I leave. The more you do this, the more I want to finish the bit by calling ICE. I'm just joking. That's right. I like your politics, but you're talking a lot, so I still might support you. I encourage, mild participation in this, But at some point, you're becoming, I'm going to have to pay you for featuring on my show. You know what I mean? That's going to be a tax issue for us later, but it's not, because we'll support you. You're a lot of...
I ain't gonna lie, she's got some funny shit.
Okay, boys, let's run Operation Epic Balls of Fury. Guys, please don't suck.
Maybe Michael can sub in.
What?
Okay, first up we have the GOAT.
Ah! He gets hit in the face! Unbelievable, what a shot!
There's some love also.
Okay, we got Sleepy Joe up next and eating ice cream. Oh, and he whiffs it! He completely misses the ball! Incredible moves by Fat JD. Here comes the meme legend. Face shot again! Unbelievable! Let's go! Next we have the first gay president. What was that?
Yeah! You know what? I'll just do it myself.
Uh-oh, looks like Pretty Boy is mad.
Oh.
Again to the dome! His brain is hanging on for dear life.
I went to UFC 250 at the White House.
The AI is getting out of hand, but funny. It's funny when it's used for shit like that. There are people that use it for bad reasons, and I'm not sure which AI they're using because I don't think that's possible with a lot of maybe ChatGPT will. I can't even have people getting shot when I do Grok, or I can't do extreme violence. Kind of weird. It's not like I'm using extreme violence towards regular people, just pedophiles. See what I did there? They're not regular people at all. At all. Oh, yo. Okay. So this video is about piss poor parenting. This kid is fucking way too young to be acting like this. And you know it's learned. It's learned. Okay? My kid's never done this. And my grandkids will never do this. It's because that's what responsible adults and parents do. This is an example, not what not to do.
Put them pee on your head. Shut the up, I'll beat you right to the ground, because you the one that started it, bitch. Your big black ass.
It's not even funny.
That's the sound of teen.
That's not even funny. Like,
all these people have been told that they're not going to be.
What happens when that kid goes to school? Well, obviously she's school age, and she starts acting like that. Well, she'll end up in alternative school with a quickness. I had to go alternative school once because I like to fight. It was only for a month, but whatever. And alternative school was just like ISS at a different school. So we would get bused to school, and then the bad kids, the Brown Education Center kids, would have to get on another bus to take us to the Brown Education Center, and then would be stuck in a room all fucking day, and it's cubicles. So it's boring, and you couldn't sleep.
Able to get asylum here, so they're being turned around and sent back right there. No, they're not letting people stay. That's what the police have told us.
The Moroccans can't seem to understand.
Everyone should leave. Everyone, they're making everybody leave.
But some people here in Khosrow go to Spain.
You can see, but most of them are walking this way because the police and the military have forced them to leave. The military says that they're not letting people stay, that you have to go back.
What about if many people stay here? No problem.
So your hope is that you'll be able to stay here?
Yeah. There's no problem.
So you read a news article that said that if you came here, you could claim asylum and live in Spain. And you read that and then you decided to swim over.
It says Spain is open the door.
It said Spain has opened the door. This was on social media.
It's funny because if you look at this situation and think about our southern border, we had all kinds of people coming across that. We have no idea who they were, who they are, if they committed crimes. But if they did commit crimes and you're in like some blue cities and they come to, get rid of y'all, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. SJ Dubs all day long, no matter what they did. Like, remember the video where they got that pedophile and they just kept blowing their stupid fucking whistles? But,
Media. Yeah. On what, on Twitter or Instagram? Or?
Facebook, Instagram. Everyone wants to be here.
Why don't you want to go home to Morocco?
No.
Those are fucking lazy.
No,
there's no money in Morocco.
If you have a family, children like that, you can be happy all the life.
Do you have a family?
Yeah. My mother, but should be do something to.
So military age male.
Live a good life.
So you really want to leave Morocco? You don't care where you go?
Go Spain, anywhere. Just
Spain, Turkey. You just want to be able to leave Morocco. And why is that? Why do you want to leave Morocco so badly?
The hope.
No hope. So you want to go to Spain? Well, whatever, Quert, whatever. I'm not going to say that name. Where they basically are sitting around walking through. It looks like when I was in the Middle East, Iraq and Afghanistan, when you're walking through the market, Qatari market for damn sure. Wow, how do I remember that name? Qatari market sucked because we had to go super slow and we had to do an offset type drive because they had these things called RKGs. Was it RKGs? Whatever it was, they would throw it up and it would come down and it would explode. And then the explosion would melt our armor and go through our up armored vehicles. Maybe the top wasn't as up armored as the rest because they didn't think about that. But yeah, RKGs became a real issue. But I'm glad I'm done with that. And we're going to continue with Coke.
Okay, so a friend just sent this to me about Coca-Cola, and we need to go see if it's true. It looks like if you go to the Coke website where you can personalize a can with someone's name on it, they will allow virtually anything under the sun except for Jesus is King. Okay, let's try the devil is king. Nice. How about we swap this guy out for Jesus? The name or phrase you've submitted is not permitted. How about Allah is good. Okay. Jesus is good. The name or phrase you've submitted is not permitted. Muhammad is good. Satan is.
You know how like they all mad when you make fun of fucking their prophet Muhammad, who married a 6-year-old and consummated at 9? You mean that guy? That's your fucking what the hell are they called? That's who you idolize? Makes sense. And then they still try to justify it. Well, it was a different time back then. I don't give a fuck. It's still wrong.
Good. Just one more time for kicks and giggles. Jesus is good. The name or phrase you've submitted is not permitted. Now I just want to try things. You cannot use Virgin Mary. Name or phrase you've submitted is not permitted.
Yeah, that Coca-Cola thing. I didn't know what to do.
Jesus Christ. The name or phrase you've submitted is not permitted. Holy Trinity. The name or phrase you've submitted is not permitted. Holy Spirit. The name or phrase you've submitted is not permitted. Yeah. Okay, let's take this back to Old Testament. Yahweh is good.
Uh-oh.
Allowed. Now I'm just really curious. Jesus is bad.
Hey, at least they let the word
Jesus is evil. Jesus is God. The name or phrase you've submitted is not permitted. Christ is king. The name or phrase you've submitted is not permitted. Jesus is the devil.
No.
Allowed on the freaking can. What are we doing?
I believe they showed one where they even put like pedophile on it and they allowed it. I mean, I love Coca-Cola, but god damn. All right. I got a lot of ties to this state, and when I saw this story, I knew it was going to come. All right. And the thing with this bill that they just signed into law, remember when they told you abortions up to 9 months was never happening? That would never happen, even though you can do it at least in Minnesota. There's probably a few other states where you can, California. Let's add the state to the list and watch these hoes cheer. I think this is a salty cracker video.
They told you if women ran everything, we would all be shitting rainbows and riding hoverboards, right? That's the thing, right? Oh look at the men are the reason why everything's so awful. I choose the bear. Meanwhile, women are over here voting to kill little girls, right? 51% of these abortions that you're doing are girls. So women empowerment, right?
Oh, that reminds me of something I heard Warbot say. You're 100% right when you said these people won't know what to do when a bullet actually starts flying. You know what? You're never ready. But once the first time happens, then it's kind of like, oh, so that's what it's like. And it changes you. It changes your whole perspective of life. Anyway, I don't know why that was just a random thought that came in my head.
Or fetus and stab it in the back of the head.
Really?
And speaking of the
same thing I said, I was kind of like, what the fuck, bro? But then I looked at the leadership of the state, and that totally makes sense.
Big tent of leftism that they've been espousing lately. Big tent, boys, big tent. Oh, lots of diverse ideas that we have here. Remember when they wouldn't put a limit on abortions? Remember people were like, during debates and shit like this, like, should there be, I don't know, a limit on these things? And everyone was like, women's rights. Oh my God, women's rights, reproductive. I'm not a doctor. I don't want to get in between a woman and their doctor. They didn't want to answer because a lot of these ghoulish want to kill a baby all the way to the 99.
Why? Stem cells. What do you think goes into the vaccines?
All the way.
Excuse me.
Half of the thing is sticking out of the mom. And these idiots want to be able... No. I changed my mind. I've changed my mind. Holy hell, yeah. Well, we could just pull the other half out and we'll put it for adoption or something. No, I want the other. I want the abortion option. Abortion. Abortion. No. And then, of course, the health care and the...
Bro, I forgot to mention, it's been a fucking crazy-ass week. Now, I only have one kid in this house. I have one kid left. And the funny thing, he turns 18 in December. But he's still in high school. And, well, if he goes to college, he can stay. If he doesn't go to college, go to the military, faggot. He's not a faggot, but I say that anyway because I'm an old school parent. You roast your kids. You roast your kids. That makes them stronger. Because they try to roast them at school, like that's totally mild.
Productive rights ends up with a dead baby. And 51% of those dead babies are girls. But here's a bunch of dumb girls over here celebrating being able to kill babies up to 9 months. The thing that they told you wasn't happening. The thing that they told you, we're not going to do that. Oh my God. Get out of the way, men's. Get out of the way, men's. You guys don't even get a say in this because you don't have a uterus.
I just realized something the other day. Whenever I'm like, don't mute my microphone and I drink, I didn't realize you guys could hear the fucking swallowing sound. And I would say I apologize, but actually I kind of do because I really fucking hate when people do that myself. So if I don't mute, I apologize because I hate that. I hate when people eat on stream. Well, you can eat as long as I don't hear you eating. And I hate when people drink and they swallow. And that's the bad thing about these microphones. I stick it to where it won't go too far. You can still hear it. But it picks up everything because it's supposed to, just in this general area.
The same dumb assholes that tell you that men can get pregnant, right? Isaac's Army over here. Massachusetts, which is really becoming the East Coast San Francisco at this point, just made abortion legal at any stage of pregnancy, all the way up to birth. All the way up to birth. That's why they wouldn't commit, right? They're like, oh no, you guys got rid of Roe v. Wade. Oh, you're coming after you want to legislate
my real
vagina.
question is, the people that support this, are they parents? Are they parents? Because who in their right mind will be like, you know what? My due date's in a week. Fuck this. I don't want it. And they abort it. At 9 months, it's fully formed. They're fully formed. And you think that's okay? You think that, can we abort adults who think that aborting at 9 months is cool? Can we abort adults?
Nobody wants anything to do with your dirty, smelly vaginas, you ugly lefty chicks. We just don't want you to kill babies. We're not killing babies. We're not killing babies. Meanwhile, we want to kill a baby at 9 months. It's 9 months. 9 months. The thing could fucking walk out of the mom at that point.
Yeah.
Right? But no. They want to kill it. They want to be able to kill it. There's no medical reason to kill a baby at 9 months. If the woman carried it to 9 months, you could just take the fucking thing out and put it in a, I don't know,
Can't
an
you,
incubator.
typically, can't some children be taken out at 21 weeks and have lived?
You don't need an incubator. 9 months? Get that fucking baby a job. Send it to work. But no, they want to kill it. And not only do they want to kill it, this is crazy. So here's the governor over here. They're gonna watch this. Watch these evil cunts over here. They're gonna clap. They're gonna. There you go. Sign it. Yeah, look, smiling. Thank you.
Like a bunch of
Look at these fucking cunts over here in their white lab coats, man. Can't wait to fill out some insurance paperwork to bill us tax-paying plebs over here so ugly fucking chicks with daddy issues could kill more babies. Look at this. kill some fucking babies. All right. Demon energy, boys. Demon energy. Look at the chick behind the governor. She is, oh my God. That bitch 60 fucking.
Yo. Is this chick right here all the way on the left? Is that a dude? That's a motherfucking guy, bro. I mean, if he's supporting abortion, but he can't have a child, I don't get it. I mean, if you're one of the ones that believe 9-month abortion's okay, then might as well just leave.
Years old, but she's so excited to kill some babies, man. Most of these dumb broads are fucking lesbians. I think the one on the far left over there's probably got a fucking penis pretending to be a chick.
See what I mean? We think the same.
Pretending to care about pregnancies. But boy, they want to kill some babies. They want to kill some babies. There you go. The thing that they told you wasn't going to happen, they are celebrating being able to do. You can't give these cunt fucking commies 1 inch or they'll gleefully kill babies in front of you, for fuck's sake. Wake the shit up. We start arresting these people.
Arresting who? The mothers or the doctors? And speaking of arrest, this person I really want to be arrested, and I want him to be charged with the murder of millions of people. This guy is a mass murderer that's celebrated and gets $400,000 a year from our taxes till the day he dies.
Seeing no other motions, the question is on reporting of an original resolution regarding contempt of Congress. The clerk will call the roll.
Senator Johnson.
Yes.
Senator Langford.
Aye.
Senator Scott.
Yes.
Senator Hawley.
Aye.
Senator Moreno.
On behalf of the millions of people harmed by Anthony Fauci, resoundingly yes.
Senator Ernst. Aye. Senator Moody. Aye. Senator Peters.
No.
Senator Hassan.
No.
Senator Blumenthal.
No.
Senator Fetterman.
You know, I'm honestly surprised Fetterman said no. I'm honestly surprised Fetterman said no to that. By the way, this is to hold Fauci in contempt. Because they literally said that you have a pardon. You kind of have to answer the questions.
Senator Gallego.
No by proxy.
Senator Slotkin.
No by proxy.
I was telling my kids, like, if they're not there to vote, voting should not be done by proxy. Because we want to know who's showing up to work and who's not. I mean, wouldn't that be in our best interest to know who's missing votes? Like, if you have an elected official from your state that has no votes or doesn't even show up to votes, shouldn't they be losing money?
Senator Paul.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, on the vote of those present, the yeas are 8, the nays are 5. On the vote by proxy, and for the record only, the yeas are 0, the nays are 2. On this vote, the yeas are 8, the nays are 5, and the motion is agreed to.
Mr. Chairman, pursuant
I
to
haven't
committee rule.
recognized you.
Mr.
My
Chairman.
man.
We've had ample remarks on this.
By the way, Rand Paul, my support from him goes way, way back to his first presidential run. He was doing a filibuster in Congress about the Patriot Act and how it's a terrible thing for the country.
The chair will limit remarks to 2 minutes. I will give you another chance to state your opinion, which has been amply stated. You have 2 minutes.
Well, Mr. Chairman, pursuant to Committee Rule 6B.
Peters is Peters was pretty much fucking cupping Fauci's balls when they did that fucking hearing.
My girl's a vegetable.
My girl's a vegetable.
She lives in a hospital.
She lives in a hospital.
And I'd buy her anything.
I'd buy her anything.
To keep that girl alive.
Keep that girl alive.
She's got her own TV. She's got her own
Called an OKG.
They call it an EKG. They call it an EKG. And I'd buy her anything. And I'd buy her anything. To keep that girl alive. To keep that girl alive. Well, I went and played a joke. I went and played a joke. I pulled the plug and watched her choke. I pulled the plug and watched her choke. And I'd buy her anything. And I'd buy her anything. To keep that girl alive. To keep that girl.
Let's say that when we would run in a group and we would do cadences, some of the cadences we can't do anymore because people find it offensive. It's wild. I had some pretty fucking morbid running cadences. But that's because the Army used to be different. We used to be stronger. We used to be less sensitive. We used to be dedicated infantry combat killers. By the way, that's what they would call us in basic training because they would call us dicks. And I was like, what? They're really calling us dicks? And then one of them, drill sergeant's like, yeah, dedicated infantry combat killers. I'm oh. So basically I am a dick. Maybe it always worked out that way.
So everybody is making content about the Pelo Princess Azuli sparring video that got leaked against Pelo Princess Azuli's will. The thing that I think everybody is forgetting and neglecting to put into their content is who he is and what he did.
Let me just say this again. I hate JD Delay. I can't stand his fucking voice.
Everybody's focusing on the fact that it's entirely clear that Pelo Princess Azuli has never sparred anything except maybe a heavy bag and a 15-year-old girl in his entire life. But what you guys forget to talk about is the fact that this dude is literally a convicted child predator, and that's the only thing that he should ever be known for. Like, honestly, bro, it is definitely high-key funny watching him try to spar with somebody because it's clear that he is a baby back bitch. But the reality is, we shouldn't be talking about this dude being a fighter. He was never a fighter, even though he said,
I fought 30 guys at the same time and they couldn't take me out. I trained martial arts my whole life. You walk into a place, see a group of guys, go up to one of the guys, smack him in the head. The other boys go, hey bro, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? Relax, we'll call the police. What do you mean relax? Everybody gets beat up, everybody gets knocked the fuck out, everybody's going to sleep. Once everybody's asleep, then I ask what happened.
Which we all know is a lie. We all know it's insane. Reacher. Yeah, I'm sure he probably has taken on 30 dudes all at the same time, but he was double fisting and throat guzzling, not fighting. But then he said this.
One time I got jumped by like 40 guys. Some guy really got hurt. And eventually I ended up going to jail. When I went to jail, I did my 19th birthday in jail, from 18 to 19.
What did you do to go to jail?
So I did a lot of things.
But what was the one thing that they got you for?
So the one thing that they got me for was fighting really bad in the middle of the street. And
bro, fighting, you go to jail for maybe like 4 hours, 5 hours, and bail out. Not a year.
It was horrible. When they arrested me.
That's funny because at first it was 30 guys, then it was 40 guys, but you said that you were in jail at that time, and that was the same time that you were actually in jail for gang raping a 15-year-old girl with your weird incestuous brother and cousin. Who does that?
Make me happy. Got a good brain.
Clearly, the dude is violently retarded, and him, his brother, and his cousin like to...
I like that phrase, violently retarded. That's one thing they know. What are you doing? My cats are... I don't know what they're doing. Maybe it's the catnip.
Swap bodily fluids and assault little kids, which must be a cultural thing, because as we all know, he's from, over there.
I was once one of the strongest Israelis to ever exist.
Son of a bitch. Beat his ass.
When it comes down to fighting.
I actually believe you on that. That's one of the only things that he has ever said that I have actually believed. But it gets even better because then he also said this about his time in jail.
Imagine an 18-year-old boy going into jail and then taking over the jail.
Ain't
That's
no
who I was.
18-year-old boy gonna be a punk.
And all the black people who were praying for Jesus and, you know, all of that, and they were doing like Bible study, all of a sudden they started learning Hebrew. They were wearing yarmulkes. They come to do Shabbat with me. And these guys are older than me. I was 18 at the time.
You know, don't most people, well, I guess most black people, they go to jail. I doubt they don't start converting into Jews. Even white peoples, they probably don't convert to Jews. Let's be honest. Black people become friends with Islam, and the whites, they find God.
Some of these guys were in their 50s. And I managed to take everybody and get them all to work as a team and do what I want them to do and make them believe it's their own idea.
Now listen, I have been to jail many times. I have been to 7 different prisons, and I'm here to tell you right now that is absolutely 100% false. He is lying through his teeth. A dude who goes to jail for raping a 15-year-old girl does not get any respect. Nobody fucks with him unless it's to get up inside of him, and that's it, period. End of story.
Tell me from the back if I'm wrong, but there's a nigga in prison right now serving a life sentence, waking up to nothing but peanut butter and a 13-inch extraterrestrial cock going in and out of his ass, and you're complaining about going to work in the morning. Trust me, my it could be worse.
Now that right there sounds...
Did you hear at the end? Did you hear the fucking beep?
Way more like his prison experience. Because even though he was able to plead to a lesser charge of oral copulation with a minor, that is still a sex offender-ass skin beef charge, bro.
A guy who reached out to me and told me the age of consent in Italy is 14. So when I was 18 and got screwed for getting by a girl who was almost 16. Have you guys seen what a 16-year-old girl looks like today? With their makeup and their lip injections, working out and throwing their selfies. Looks like an adult. But why should it be so different when you think about the law of the land?
First off, you didn't just get a BJ from a minor, and John Bravo came up with the paperwork showing everybody exactly what happened. You, your cousin, and your brother gave that girl alcohol, then you drugged her, then you took her virginity in all 3 holes, and you threw her over the back fence at your parents' house where you lived into a field behind your parents' house. Secondly, that is the creepiest shit that I've ever heard a dude pushing his way up to his 40s say about literal children. Are you fucking kidding me? But like I said at the beginning of the video, we were talking about how he is about to fight Gypsy Crusader. Now, Gypsy Crusader is a professional fighter who has 15 fights under his belt. Professional fights. Ben has absolutely 0 professional fights under his belt. And from watching the sparring video, we can all tell that he's never been in a fight with anything but a 15-year-old girl in his entire life. But this absolutely pathetic LARPer will not stop talking. All he does is just talk and talk and talk because he's trying to get famous off this shit. That's why when he told me that he wanted to fight me in a professional ring and we would do lots of promotion, we would go super viral and make lots of money, I'm not gonna make a single fucking view or penny for a convicted pedophile. I told him I will fight you in the streets, no cameras, no internet, me and you, and we'll figure it the out. Other than that, get the fuck out of my DMs. But he's fighting Gypsy now, and Gypsy didn't even know that this is who he was going to be fighting. Look what he said about Gypsy.
I want a fucking elbow in the face.
Have you got a signature move you go to in fighting, one that you're really good at?
No, that one I learned from the Shaolin monks.
Okay.
Keep it for the fight. But when he's gonna get that combo, he's gonna look like a Happy Meal, and the clown from McDonald's is about to fall.
Do you think that'll be tough to do?
No, I think once he wakes up, he won't remember anything that happened in the past. He will go back to being a fucking gypsy, and then I'm gonna take him to Israel. He's gonna kiss the wall. He's gonna wear the black box, and he's going to thank God that he's still alive.
What do you think your biggest strength is?
I think that I have no weaknesses. I'm a complete stand-up fighter.
Have you heard of Jake Shields? He's going to be in Gypsy Crusader's corner for the fight.
Yeah, of course. Me and Jake did a face-off.
Oh yeah, I saw on social media. How was it hanging out with Jake?
When Jake saw me, he told me, look, a lot of people make fun of you online. He's like, but I could feel a killer when I see him, you know? I could feel it on you. He's like, you killed someone with your bare hands. I said, no, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, nah, you're a killer. I could feel it, you know? So Jake is a good guy. I'm going to convert
birthed him to.
Jake Shields is a friend of mine, and I can tell you 1,000% beyond any shadow of a doubt, that never happened. Like I said, Gypsy didn't know that he was going to be fighting a pedophile. He was supposed to fight Tate, that fell through, and they threw this dude at him. He had no idea. So I want you to see exactly how this is being promoted from Gypsy's end. It's not a bunch of this tough talk.
I saw the
and
John
it's
Bravo shit too.
exposing Ben for who Ben is, because Gypsy is actually a stand-up guy, and he doesn't want to give a single fucking lick of fame. Yeah, I didn't even know that existed, but when I saw it with my pretty little face out there yelling about how Pelo Princess Azuli is a pedophile, it made my heart happy, because that's exactly the way that you do it. You call it out right up front. You let everybody know straight from the gate exactly who this dude is, because at the end of the day, Ben can't fight. Ben is a broke.
What's up, K-Schwizzle?
Ben is a pedophile. Ben has no experience, and he knows that he's not gonna fight this dude. He's just using this for promotion, because what he wants more than anything
Attention.
is to be famous. He needs the clout.
The rock
There's
star
something
guy.
inside of that piece of
Y'all don't know
shit
this.
that is
Y'all don't know this, but I'm a rock star. I literally used to sing for Nirvana when Kurt Cobain died, but we never got big because, well, my voice didn't really match him. So, and I was still in high school. So there's that. Yeah, I used to be a singer for Nirvana, the revamped Nirvana. Remember that, Jeffrey? Huh? You were a roadie, right?
absolutely missing, and he just needs to fill that void with thinking that people are talking about him or thinking about him or that they like him, when really he is a clown. He is a joke. He is a pedophile. We're laughing at you, not with you. You are the butt of the joke, motherfucker. Get off the internet.
He's talking to you. He's talking to you. Get off the internet. Which one is this?
Raid that happened at this adult business in Northwest Dallas. This actually happened back in February. We were there when it happened, but today, the new info. Federal authorities now announcing the indictments of 8 people. They are calling it one of their biggest human trafficking cases they've ever worked, and it involves thousands of potential victims. Reseda Holguin to bring us up.
This is like the shit you see on TV, on movies.
Officials say this adult bookstore has served as a front for one of the longest running sex trafficking operations in North Texas. Investigators have spent more than 3 years working to uncover this and arrest those people behind this operation.
For more than 2 decades, the Paris bookstore in Dallas allegedly operated under the guise of a legitimate business while functioning as an illicit brothel.
8 people involved with operations at the Paris adult bookstore have been charged with conspiracy to commit sex trafficking. Some face additional charges. In February, authorities raided the business on Harry Hines Boulevard in Northwest Dallas.
The front of the store did sell novelty items, but the back consisted of locked hallways and rentable rooms used to facilitate commercial sex acts and human trafficking. According to the indictment, Paris profited by renting out these rooms and charging additional fees for access.
The investigation revealed that over the course of the business's existence, thousands of adults and minors were sold for commercial sex.
In one of those instances, investigators say it led to the death of an Army veteran who had become a trafficking victim.
In 2024, one of the victims identified during this investigation was kidnapped from the Paris bookstore and brutally murdered by a commercial sex customer.
Officials say the suspect in that case was sentenced to life in prison last year. For many years, Harry Hines has had an association with suspected sex trafficking, something Tanya Stafford is well aware of.
Texas is #2 in trafficking. DFW we have the highest numbers of calls. We have the highest numbers of rescues. We have the highest numbers of busts.
Stafford runs a human trafficking advocacy organization called It's Going to Be Okay and says this work is personal for her.
It's personal because I'm a human trafficking survivor. I was sold at the age of 13 by my mom for drugs in Dallas, Texas. The man that bought me kept me for 10 years. I had 3 children while I was in captivity.
She says while this latest bust is good news, there's still more work to be done.
If you see something, say something, do something. You could save a life. So it's you doing something that makes the difference. And we all have a role to play in help.
If you see something, say something. 100%. It's the way it needs to be done. People that ignore it, you're complicit with it. Just saying. If you knew it and you ignored it, you're complicit. Take that how you want to.
2 South Florida men are now in federal custody, accused of having child sex abuse content on their phones. Both men were taken in by officers at the Port of Miami coming off of a Norwegian cruise. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jawan Strader. NBC6's Valerie Ryan joins us live from the Federal Detention Center in downtown Miami tonight with more. Valerie, what can you tell us?
Well, Juwan, that cruise docked last Friday coming from the Bahamas. Now, both men were searched separately by U.S. Custom and Border Protection officers. And I do want to warn you, the things that they allegedly found on each of their phones may be disturbing to hear.
45-year-old Steve Lawson and 40-year-old Michael Simmons.
Yo, these guys are about the same age as me. Do I look that old? I guess I do. Fuck me.
On the Norwegian getaway cruise with no apparent connection other than what authorities found on their phones. Lawson, a well-known wedding photographer, is charged with possessing and transporting child sexual abuse material. The criminal complaint says Lawson's phone had 14 videos stored in an app, plus an hour-long video showing a compilation of more than 100 underage girls performing sexual acts. The complaint states Lawson admitted to buying the video using cryptocurrency while on the cruise, allegedly because he was, quote, enticed to do so after he observed female minors in bikinis on the cruise.
So he downloaded 14 videos just on the cruise because he was seeing the young girls in fucking bikinis? Dude, I don't buy that. You've been doing it for a while.
His attorney saying in part, we recognize the serious nature of the charges and are committed to working diligently through the legal process to achieve a fair and just resolution of this case.
Life in jail.
Meanwhile, federal documents detail a separate case involving Michael Simmons. The complaint says Simmons' phone had videos of underage girls showering between the ages of 9 and 11 who were friends of his daughter.
Whoa!
Documents also show that Simmons admitted to recording the videos himself back in 2014. He is now facing production of child sexual abuse material, and we're still waiting to hear back from his attorney.
Now, we did go to Lawson and Simmons' homes. Neither of the families wanted to make a comment. Again, those two suspects are here in federal custody, and their arraignments are set for
well, do you have any statements? Yeah. Fuck that piece of shit. Not my kid anymore. Take him. Give him the fuck. Well, he's 40, so he wouldn't be living in the house. Or would he? Because, you know, there's 50-year-old people that live in their parents' houses. There's 50-year-old people who lives in their parent houses. So I guess 40 years old.
Predator Poachers is a watchdog group that
Look who made News Nation.
exposes online child predators. The group's Long Island chapter met a meta engineer whose job is developing digital experiences for kids. He's now been arrested after attempting to sext who he thought was a 13-year-old. He's also been placed on leave at Meta. Take a look at how this operation unfolded.
Well, Josh, you're not going to talk with underage girls anymore. You're not going to send them pictures of your or videos of you masturbating and. Can I just see what you got?
Yeah, I was going to say you're a little behind, Case.
That kind of thing, and talk about meeting up with them for.
It's crazy that how many people actually agree with me on the JD Delay part. Some people are like, "Oh, well, that's a no. Fuck that dude, man."
I'm gonna lose everything. That's not up to me, you know.
So during the sting, the alleged predator blamed his perversions on his his wife and their lack of sex in their marriage. Michael Villani is the head of Predator Poachers Long Island and joins us now. Thank you very much for being here. So, how did you find this guy, and how did this unfold?
Yeah, so one of our decoys who does the posing as a minor went on to 4chan after we got a tip, which isn't typically the route that we go with this. And amazingly, Josh Felker found her and started communicating with her over Discord. And the conversation just evolved really disturbingly and, got very carried away. And it ultimately led to us meeting him at his apartment in the city.
I've been catching some with APPs and Dubsma's fucking decoy calls. These motherfuckers are gross. Like, I know they're gross anyway. But when you hear like a fucking 40-year-old retard saying that he's masturbating, I feel for the decoys.
So you mentioned 4chan, Discord. He's a Facebook engineer who develops products for kids.
Yes.
For parents who may be watching whose kids are on the internet, should they be worried about, real life situations like this?
Oh, absolutely. Unfortunately, every single app, every platform online, it's like all these guys are just going to use it to try to find these kids and do whatever they can to, exploit them to whatever selfish want that they have. And, it's important for all parents to be on top of it, making sure that, they're communicating with their kids, making sure instilling good self-esteem in them. So, these guys can't exploit their vulnerabilities and try to take advantage of them.
Hey,
Let's talk about another case. There was this encounter, a Facebook marketplace meetup, but the homeless man turned into an alleged predator catch.
Let me see if I remember this right. So if it's 10 o'clock here, it's 3 or 4:30 over there, right? Maybe that's 3 or 4:30 in Germany.
Yeah. Like, what age is the one that you're like most?
Yo, this motherfucking catch pissed me off, and I'm glad. The police supervisor, chief, whatever, said that this dude was handled. I don't even think they probably just gave him a slap on the wrist and said, "You know what? Take a week off on us."
Comfortable seeing. That's not like shocking. I imagine the baby and toddler stuff is very shocking.
Yeah, I don't like.
Okay, so cool. I do remember it. When I lived in Germany, I remember when I had to call back to the States to to my branch manager saying, "Hey, what assignments are available?" I have to wait till 3 in the afternoon when they first opened up, or they got to work.
Did you like anything
under what?
Yeah,
So you like protein?
So what happened here when the police arrived?
Oh boy, so that was a really chaotic situation. We get a really mixed bag when we get law enforcement involved, because the reason we don't get them involved in advance is because then I'd have the same restrictions as them, acting in capacity as an agent of the law. So with the way that we do it, where I just go in as a private citizen, I really have a lot of freedom to do what I want and ask what I want without worrying about crossing those lines. And but most of the time, law enforcement does have a very positive response when they deal with us. They're grateful for what we do. Sometimes their hands are tied from prosecutors, district attorneys, but overall, usually they're very cool. In this case, it was not that great. This officer, Jeffrey Shaw, in Rochester Police Department in upstate New York, we kind of went head to head, and it was pretty.
Do you find that when you try to turn these guys over to prosecutors and police that they're cooperative most of the time?
Yeah, most of the time. I think because we're at 138 catches in the past 18 months. 16th state we just got earlier today, which led to an arrest in Delaware. We were hoping for Maryland, but it didn't work out, and we came to the show, but we're going to try again tomorrow.
Okay, so that's what you're doing in D.C. You're based in Long Island, which is about 5-6 hours from here. So
Roughly,
you're in D.C. working the DMV.
Yeah, and we're actually heading all the way down to Florida, and then we're going to shoot up through Alabama and Tennessee, Kentucky. We're trying to get as many states as we can. We're trying to get half the union under our belt, because now we're at 16 states, so we want to add 9 more.
Well, it's unfortunate that this is a job that you have to do, but I think people are grateful that you're exposing what goes on online and all these platforms with these creeps when they are guilty. So thank you very much, Michael. Michael Villani, great to see you.
Glad to see them making not just local news now. When this showed, I was looking through, I was like, no fuck, I know this. So obviously I had to save it. and share it. What the fuck am I watching now?
Welcome back to Primetime News.
And a special welcome once again to our viewers on TVJ International in the Cayman Islands and online at onespotmedia.com.
We begin this newscast by delving deeper into the tragic story of the 10-year-old girl who was raped and killed in Troy, Trelawney Tuesday.
Okay. What happened to this guy, I 100% approve of. All right? There is going to be some, like, bloody pictures. So if you're afraid of seeing shit like that, I don't know what to tell you. Turn away.
Tuesday evening, allegedly by her cousin.
Now, this evening, her family members share the chilling details of what they believe was a targeted attack by a serial rapist.
Now, we were told the suspect, who was killed by a mob of residents hours after the incident, was also helping with the search for the child.
Kelisha Williams reports.
This is where 10-year-old Shania Coke took her last breath, a lonely road off the beaten track in the hills of Troy, Trelawney.
The interview I'm giving you, I'm trying to see if I can get it all out of me, but I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. But I'm saying what I can say, you know. Life is so unfair.
Traumatized, depressed, don't know what to do because it could have happened to my daughter, my niece, anyone. Could have happened.
We were told Shania was on her way back home after her grandmother sent her to the shop around 3:30 Tuesday afternoon. However, her grandmother says she got suspicious after 30 minutes passed and the child did not return home.
I just called my grandson and say, come, Alric, come go up on the road, go look if you see your cousin. He go and he come and say, Grandma, me reach out a try, out of the cash pot, out of try cross, out of the cash pot, and me no see Ross Ekeja. So he come back to me.
Anxious and frustrated, Miss Williams said she went to the shop to see if she made it there.
He said, look, Mama, he said, no, me serve him. Keja come and buy us a lady serve him. And he serve him and tell him, say, Keja, me case and go on one because the lady say she kind of with anybody girl pitney. When he see them alone, he always encourage them. Say, look here.
Oh.
So he said, the girl never did.
Funny thing you should say this. I agree. This is actually better.
He just sell him and she turn out and Tracy said, girl said to him, all right, Tracy. And he said, all right, go on, take time, go on.
But those fears would soon become reality, as hours later, Shania's body was found with the throat slashed. It's believed she was also raped. It's believed she was lured to the area where she was assaulted and then killed. We were told a suspect, Shania's cousin, was among the people helping her grandmother with the search.
Last night when I go around there and see him on the veranda, I was broken down so bad I couldn't take up a pebble. And
I can understand a lot of it, but when they start speaking that Cayman Island bullshit, I'm lost. It's extremely sad, but justice was brutally served.
I said to him on the veranda, I say, you see it? How me tell us if you leave my daughter alone, just don't go bother him. Don't come out here and rob and kill my pickini. And you rob and kill me pickini. And he said, yes, sir.
Moments later, another bloodbath. The suspect, Delroy Coke, was chopped to death by an angry mob. His father, who sources say came to his defense, also received chop wounds and is battling for life in hospital. Residents say the incident is a culmination of their frustration. They claim the suspect was a serial rapist who had attempted to rape other people in and around the community and was recently released from prison for rape.
I talked to the father. I said, why you bring back this guy into the neighborhood? He said, I've seen picnic, do what I want to do with him picnic.
100%. 100%. The more that we get rid of, the better.
See, I beg him, I say, my your cousin, get this guy out of the neighborhood. The guy came to my business place and buy file quite a few times, machete file. And I said to him, said, my little daughter around there, she live around there as a girl child.
What?
Don't molest him coming out and you go rape and kill him. He said, no, Mr. Cope, I won't do it.
So what happened?
So you're saying that this could have been avoided?
Avoided long time.
Now the tragedy has left a stain on the community, but residents are holding on to the memories of Shania, who was described as a bright and promising child.
Maybe I saw a different video because there was blood. A lot of it. But not so much a needle, but I'm pretty sure it was a machete. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't pleasant for him, which is good. Which is fucking good. He got it. He got exactly what he deserved.
Let me introduce you to St. James United American Free Will Baptist Church. And you
a church.
Can see that the preacher is Timothy Cheneyfield. He's
Wait. A church preacher? Interesting. Tell me more.
42 years of age. But let me show you his picture. This is the preacher. And you go, okay. He's also a child pedophile, a predator. In addition to being a preacher at this church, he's also a chaplain for Compassionate Care Hospice. And if that's not enough, between 2012 and about 2024, he worked for the school system in Polk County. Between 2012 and 2016, he was both a para and a substitute teacher. Then he went into IT.
Get down.
And he worked there until about 2024, and about that time is when he became the...
See, that's how you treat an animal. Treat it like a member of the family. Just saying.
The lead pastor for St. James. So why do I tell you all of that? Well, because when he was at the schools, he was at Crystal Lake Middle School. We know that he stalks children. How we got into this investigation was simply this. We received a cyber tip from Instagram that there was illicit, inappropriate activity between an adult and a child. It first went to the Auburndale Police Department. They determined this was in the unincorporated area and immediately called us, and immediately we started our investigation. And what we found is that Timothy...
That's crazy. Like, those police just felt like, you know what? We're going to pass this off.
Cheneyfield went online with a dating app in search of children.
What app?
And that's what he found.
You should tell people what app.
Was a 14-year-old child. Did you hear what I said?
Not a decoy. Not a decoy.
A little boy. Then they moved from there over to the Instagram app where they chatted more often. And then Timothy Cheneyfield picked him up in front of his neighborhood on 3 different occasions. And on those 3 different occasions, he wasn't preaching, but he was messing around. On 3 different occasions, he drove to the 14-year-old child's neighborhood, where the 14-year-old child met him at the entrance to the neighborhood.
I missed that part.
Timothy took the 14-year-old to his home, and when he took him to his home, he engaged the child in sex.
Murder him.
So when the investigation came to us, we started intensely looking for Timothy, and we found out during this period of time that he was in Baltimore performing, apparently, a funeral for someone through his Compassionate Care Hospice work. He confessed. He confessed that he picked up this 14-year-old child on at least 3 different occasions, took him to Timothy's home in Eagle Lake.
Wait, this is Florida. This is a death penalty state for pedophiles. I'm 100% sure that's a fucking death penalty for pedophiles, especially for cases like this.
He engaged this child in sex. But that wasn't it. That wasn't all. Timothy is HIV positive. He failed to tell this 14-year-old child that I'm HIV positive, and he had unprotected sex with a child and exposed our 14-year-old victim to HIV. We pray that our work was fast enough because we got our victim, the 14-year-old, the HIV cocktail, that we stopped this child from being infected. But we have a 26-year-old who said that he engaged Timothy Cheney Field in sex, and now he is HIV positive. Timothy Cheney is an SS. That's not super sport. That's super spreader. And we fear that there's other victims out there because he was very aggressive and very adamant about having sex with apparently adults or children.
Let me guess. Hold on. This camera seems crooked. Let me guess. He hides behind religion. He hid behind religion. HIV, not so much now. It's kind of a death sentence, if you really want to think about it. That kid's 14 years old. 14 years old. What a fucking piece of shit. So I guess socialist. No, I'm not playing this one. Bathroom break. So I hope you enjoy this next song. And I always joke, I want this song to be played at my funeral. Jack off, you might enjoy this. You might enjoy this next one.
Maybe I don't really want to know how you got in girls, 'cause I just want to fly. Lately, did you ever feel the pain in the morning rain as it soaks you to the bone? Well, maybe I just want to fly, want to live but don't want to die. Maybe I just want to breathe.
Well, I guess YouTube didn't like that. It's funny because it's gonna be Russia and Belarus again.
Indiana Fever guard Sophie Cunningham's.
Oh, you knew this was gonna come up. You knew this was gonna come up, especially when Enes Freedom, former Celtics player, declared himself for the WNBA draft in May, and I'm thinking about doing it as well. thinking about doing as well, though. I'd be like, because there'll be a bunch of tall people. I'd be like Muggsy Bogues, right? Or Isaiah Thomas and Isaiah Thomas Jr.
Comments about transgender athletes now sparking an unexpected challenge to the WNBA, with 2 former NBA players saying they want in. Enes Kanter Freedom and Senate candidate Royce White say they plan to declare for the 2027 Women's National Basketball Association draft, turning the debate over the league's eligibility rules into a very real test. Both men say the move is about one thing: applying the rules equally and seeing how the league will respond.
Earlier this morning, Royce White's Minnesota Senate primary opponent, former NFL sideline reporter Michelle Tafoya, joined National Report to weigh in.
Yeah, and my friend Enes Kanter Freedom is the first one to say it. And I think people can say this is a gimmick, it's a stunt, but what it does do is force the issue. The WNBA has a decision to make here. They're either a women's league, which is why the W is before the NBA, or they're not a women's league.
Here with us now is Royce White. Good to see you, sir, although I don't know if I should be calling you sir given the latest here.
You do know that Freedom and Mr. White, they're doing it for not publicity, to prove a point. To prove a point. Because if people say they're trans to get into the women's sports, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, obviously, every man is going to have a physical advantage over a woman. Even a woman. Except for maybe Jeff.
So, Royce, what are you hoping to get out of declaring?
No,
for the WNBA?
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They're doing this for a specific reason. Kentez Freedom, hell of a player. This guy, I don't really know much. They're doing it. They're doing it to prove a point. Right? So, I like the idea of they're doing this. But you know they're not going to get drafted because now the WNBA is having a meeting next week to figure out exactly what a woman is. And this is the kind of shit that needed to be put out in the front.
A draft.
I'm just having the time of my life. I'm living in my feminine era. I'm definitely going through a glow up.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I'm going through a huge glow up right now. And I can't believe all the hate I've received. That's probably the most shocking thing, is the hate that I've received in the first 72 to 100 or so hours of my trans existence, my public trans existence.
No,
the left.
They really don't plan on playing. They don't plan on playing. And they're saying they're doing this. They're doing this because of Sophie. They're on the same side as Sophie. And that's what they're doing, is to show these social justice warriors in the WNBA, who's been around for at least 20 years, and they get most of their money from the actual NBA. But no, this is legit to prove their point. They're not going to play. They know better. Freedom would fucking dominate everybody. I mean, he was dominating people in the NBA.
Is just vicious. Death
This guy's
threats.
running for office.
You should commit suicide. Your mother should be ashamed. It's absolutely eye-opening. The hate that trans people have lived with. It's just a shock that most of it comes from the American political left.
Well, Michelle Tafoya also went on to say when she was talking to us that she used to cover the league in the early years, and it was about celebrating women in sports. Your thoughts on how far the NBA or WNBA has gotten away from that?
I feel like you're baiting me, but I'll go ahead and say it anyway. Michelle Tafoya needs to get her priorities straight about the sanctity of life and the unborn women in the womb. And once she gets those things clarified, then her and I can discuss my transgender future in the association.
All right. Well, speaking about your transgender future in the association, in all seriousness, I mean, what do you think it took to get the WNBA to this particular point? Because the league is saying this is a nuanced issue, but in reality, it seems very clear that it's not.
Well, yes, certainly not a clear-cut issue. And I think that I should get a chance to play. I think Ina should get a chance to play. I think all sometimes identifying as transgender black lesbians should get a chance to play. That's my official identity.
Well, I always tell people I'm a black lesbian.
I'm sometimes identifying as a transgender black lesbian, and we should all have a fair shake per the rules. I mean, let's just follow the rules.
That's how you know
stated.
they're fucking around. It's a troll, jack off. The whole thing is a troll, and it's great.
And I think we'll be able to elevate the game, and that's what's most important. I want to bring more focus to the superiority of the WNBA.
Well, you know, the leaders of the WNBA, they've come out, they're pretty hot under the collar about this whole thing. And they say that they don't want, it feels like it's politicizing it. But when they had coaches that were wearing, after Sophie Cunningham's comments, were wearing trans kids' rights T-shirts and trans this, you know, and that apparently in their minds wasn't politicizing it.
Yeah, dude. That's why I'm loving it. Because both of these guys are conservatives. Cantor, or Freedom, when he became an American citizen, he actually changed his last name to Freedom.
What's your sense of where the league leadership is?
Well, I'm not your typical trans activist or transgender or trans adjacent activist in this regard. Although I am sometimes identifying as a black transgender lesbian, I do believe there's a time and place for trans, and it's not with our nation's children. And so I'm much different in my beliefs about trans rights and the politicized nature of the conversation than many of my other trans counterparts or
See, jack off, it's a troll. They're against
feminist counterparts.
All right, Royce White, thank you very much. Good luck in the draft. Okay, with us now is Sophia Laurie.
And there's jokes like, if the WNBA doesn't accept them, they're gonna say, "Oh, it's racism or sexism or transphobia," and file lawsuits against the WNBA, which is going to be fun. This had to happen. This 100% had to happen, because now you got people like what's that soccer player that Wambach? She supports men and women's sports. Bro, the women's national team barely they didn't barely win. They lost to a 14, 15-year-old team. And it wasn't even close. They'll tell you that. They got embarrassed. That's why they didn't want the video coming out.
If you see here, you've got two different absentee ballots under your name.
That's illegal, right?
That's illegal. It's against the law, yeah. Oh shit.
You couldn't you scrape one of them off or something?
Can I scrape it off?
OMG has discovered duplicate absentee ballot return envelopes in Detroit, Michigan with shockingly different signatures. So we visited voters who may have been affected to interview them on Michigan's primary day, August 4th.
But it's your signature is on both of these.
Okay, then what?
And it was
Mistake then. If they sent me,
like
they must have sent me too.
They must have made a mistake and sent you too.
Yeah, disregard it. Don't bother me no more.
Oh, she slammed the door. Myrtle Harvey, the voter, admitting the city of Detroit has made a mistake, sent her two, which she filled out.
One of the addresses on a duplicate absentee ballot return envelope led us to an abandoned building.
The local police told us that this is an abandoned building. One was stamped as received September 8th. Hello.
What the
hell? Do you guys know if this is an abandoned building?
Yeah.
When's the last time people lived here? You just drank here?
And many of the voters reacted to our questions with hostility.
2020 election, do you remember that?
Well,
What about it says September 26, 2020, and then October 3rd, 2020.
I ain't worried about no 20. This is 26.
This is 2026.
Yeah, well, what the fuck is the 2020 got to do with it?
What the fuck does 2020 have to do with it?
Go, get off my porch.
Get off your property.
Go get the fuck up.
Okay. You'll notice Margaret here, look at the M there. On the other M, look at the M there. I'm not a handwriting expert. We'll leave that to you, and it appears as though nobody's lived here for a few years. And you can see this is not a stable place to step. My Nome Price's name was listed twice. You can't tell me? And I just want to see, was that a mistake?
Why?
They probably sent her 2 ballots and she just signed them, I guess. I don't know. I mean, what's that mean?
You can see we got the cars over there with the rims were being looked at. These guys are staring at us. All right, we're just trying to make sure there's no fraud. All right, we're leaving. I can't hear what he's saying. The car's on. Can you turn
from pointing from my house? Do you want me to get the dog?
Scared to look, they shook, cause ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Scared to death, scared to look, they shook, cause ain't no such thing as halfway.
In Detroit, Michigan, OMG obtained copies of duplicate absentee ballot return envelopes that were issued to individual voters. Take Lauren Christine Andretti, for example. What you are looking at are 2 separate absentee ballot return envelopes issued to her. One says ballot number 1691, and the other says 1692.
2026. If y'all missed the Michigan primary, they tried to do the same steal with a socialist and another black Democrat running for the same position in the primary. And the primary actually was won by the black guy. But around 1:30 in the morning, 7 different USB cards with mail-in ballots had her win. And then they had to come out and say, oh, 7 of the 8 or 6 of the 7 were wrong. Those were the audits, not the actual votes. And the dude won. They got caught and they had to fix it in real time. That's why. And it was the mail-in ballots.
A pretty serious discrepancy. Both were marked as received. However, these documents alone do not prove that 2 ballots were necessarily counted, and we're in the process of investigating that possibility as we've now requested the complete qualified voter file history for all the subjects in this video. More on that later. More importantly, note how the signatures looked drastically different. One envelope was signed in perfect cursive.
Right.
The other was signed with illegible scribbling. It's hard to imagine these...
Think about that. Think about the California voting. Maybe they paid those squatters to sign the name.
Signatures came from the same person.
Now, all of these records were obtained through a Freedom of Information Act to this building right behind me, the City of Detroit Law Department at the Coleman A. Young Municipal Center on 2 Woodward Avenue. These are certified records from the City of Detroit.
We even scanned the barcode on the return envelope to confirm that they're linked to the same voter ID number. That left us with a more immediate question. If someone showed up on primary day at the polling location in Michigan claiming to be this voter, what safeguards would election workers require before issuing a ballot in the name of Lauren Andretti?
Can you at least look to make sure that I'm in the right place? The name is Lauren Christine Andretti, but I forgot my ID.
It's okay. Did you fill out the paper? You can fill out this affidavit on the back. Flip it over and fill out the back part.
I'm so excited to be able to vote. You know,
just like Virginia. If you don't have an ID, all you got to do is sign this piece of paper saying, yeah, I'm that person. Michigan's doing it as well.
exercise, all right? And how great it is to be able to vote, not having to show your ID.
Yeah.
Yes.
As long as you sign that affidavit saying I am who I say I am, who are we to say you are?
It sounds like the book, I am, what is it, Sam?
That's right, I am Sam.
So I am who I say I am, Sam said.
After the polling station showed us they were willing to give us Lauren Andretti's ballot without any form of ID, we visited Lauren's house. We wanted to ask if she was aware of these duplicate absentee ballot return envelopes from 2020. Unfortunately, we didn't find Lauren Andretti here, and it wouldn't be an OMG investigation without a random pedestrian getting involved.
James O'Keefe here in Detroit, Michigan, outside of this address. How are you?
Hi.
May I ask you a question?
What's the question?
Do you know of a Lauren Christine Andretti that lives there?
Who are you working for?
I'm an investigative reporter.
It looks like somebody's taking you from that vehicle right there. looks kind of weird to me.
We got a cameraman right there. Yeah, we're the news organization.
Okay, well, I'm not giving you permission to take me. And I have a police officer on the line with me right now.
You could call. It's a reporter. You call the police. I gotta call the police.
Do you really call the police, or is that a Jeffrey move?
Police on us. That's okay. So, as I was saying, in the 2020 election, you'll see Lauren Andretti signed that signature right there, November the 1st. Also, another signature, a much different signature, also on November the 1st, 2000. Are you filming me?
I'm filming that guy filming me and everybody.
Oh, you're on the phone.
Sir, story's not about you. It's about this address right here.
I understand that, but this doesn't look right.
Why doesn't it look right? Why do they always film me?
After that bizarre interaction, our next stop, the registered address of one Margaret Alma Bass, turned out to be a completely abandoned building.
You know, we're investigative reporters, so we're trying to be a little discreet. So there's no one actually living there?
Not supposed to.
No one actually. So we're trying to be a little discreet. So there's no one actually living there?
Not supposed to.
You'd be surprised how many people don't. You'd honestly be surprised how many people don't.
Clearly very abandoned. We don't see any sign of life. These guys are staring at us. We got some neighbors here. So we're standing here in front of 16811 Greenfield Road in Detroit, Michigan. The local police told us that this is an abandoned building. You can see we got the cars over there with the rims were being looked at. This is wobbly. You see that this is very dangerous, and you can see there was a fire. This is not a stable place to step.
Yeah, right.
Obviously, no one is up here, but this place. There's someone currently registered to vote. Margaret Bass voted in 2020 and 2024, according to the official GOP database. These are 2 absentee ballot envelopes with 2 signatures of Margaret A. Bass for the same election in 2020. You'll notice Margaret here. Look at the M there. On the other M, look at the M there. I'm not a handwriting expert. We'll leave that.
I mean, I can change my signature, but not really. Why would I have to?
To you, look at the A. In one signature, she puts an A.
Also
in the other signature, it's written out as Alma. One ballot was stamped as received September 8th. Hello. Do you guys know if this is abandoned building?
Yeah.
This is abandoned. People haven't lived here.
People did leave.
When's the last time people lived here?
When they just walked out.
Wait, do you guys live here?
You just drank right here?
They've been drinking booze here, but they just told us that nobody lives here.
We're standing up to the powers that tried to discredit us, silence us, smear us, raid us. Nothing.
That's right, James.
And when you join and get your full access pass, you fuel a movement for truth. We are the media now.
Now, one of the things that we've heard people say is, well, this was in 2020. This is 6 years ago.
She said something about 2020. 2020. 6 years ago. I don't know. All I know in 2020 I had COVID. I don't know what was going on.
It took 3 to 4 years just to get these records and go through them. Part of the problem is a system that's so complex and so layered, it takes years even to get the information, let alone go through it analog style.
In theory, they should be able to do an audit like a month after.
Millions of documents that we've had to go through.
Do you recognize her signature? Do you think that's her?
It might be her, but I don't know. I don't keep up with that. They probably sent her 2 ballots and she just signed them, I guess. I don't know. I mean, what's that mean?
At the next house, we couldn't tell whether the homeowner's pit bull was actually restrained. No one expected our security guard to walk straight toward it to find out.
I'm gonna get up and check.
Careful.
Oh boy.
Are you for real? Like, what happened if that dog wasn't on a chain?
Why is the dog even trained off that?
Here, Mr. James Clifford, Washington. Yeah. It was nice to meet you. My name's James, by the way.
How you doing?
We're just getting, today's election day in Michigan, right? So we're just working on getting out the vote. I just want to show you this image here. This is from 2020, and that's your signature, I assume, right there, James C. Washington, and also James C. Washington. Yeah. But that's you, right? Those are both you?
They are.
You've got the election official there. That's one election official, and that's a separate election official signing two different under your name.
They get these in, and they just, yeah, we're going to split these because they get them at the same time.
That's illegal, right?
That's illegal. It's against the law, yeah. Oh, shit.
You couldn't, you scrape one of them off or something?
Can I scrape it off? I don't work for the city of Detroit. I'm just here getting out the vote, but yeah, we don't want you to get in trouble, right? Okay. Yeah, we can scrape it off, like make sure it don't count twice, yeah. Well, that election already happened, though, in 2020. Yeah.
Some of these encounters quickly turned confrontational. Several residents appeared to assume
like
we were
that coffee cup. This coffee cup, believe it or not,
some of these encounters
has a camera. This got a hidden camera with a microphone.
quickly turned confrontational. Several residents appeared to assume we were election officials and that our questions could get them in trouble.
Today's election day, so we're just making sure everyone's voting in the election. And just one quick question, Mr. Barnett. In the 2020 election?
So what about?
What about is September 26, 2020, and then October 3rd, 2020. That's your signature?
It looks like it might be.
Michael Lynn Barnett. His two absentee ballot return envelopes carried similar-looking signatures, but again featured different ballot numbers and different election official initials.
And then this one here, also your signature?
It looks like, I don't know about that one.
You don't know about that one?
2020, man, I don't know about that. I ain't worried about no 20. This is 26.
This is 2026.
Yeah, well, what the fuck is the 2020 got to do with it?
What the fuck does 2020 have to do with it?
Because if this happened in 2020, how many other elections have this happened to? Remember, the powers to be already know who's going to win, and Donald Trump fucked that up in 2016.
Get off my porch.
Get off your property.
Get the fuck up.
Okay. All right, we're leaving. We've been asked to get off the property, and we're going to abide by that.
At one home, a couple even threatened to release their dog.
Dude, look, he's got
me.
This is Naomi Price. One ballot number 4831, another ballot number 5490. Two different ballot numbers here. Knocked on her door. She's not home. Where? Which one? Hey, Naomi? Hey, Naomi? Hey, can I just ask you a quick question?
Everything's on the sidewalk.
About the election? You're going to put your dog out on me? I'm not going to come on your property, but can I ask you about the vote? She just threatened to sick her dog on me.
Then a man came out who also wasn't thrilled to see us.
Can we ask you a question, sir?
Well, his
I can't hear him what he's saying.
Can you turn from pointing from my house? Do you want me to get the dog?
No, I want to ask you about your question about the ballot.
Get the cameras from pointing at my house.
Put the cameras down for a minute, guys. We're journalists and we're trying to establish why Naomi Price's name was listed twice.
Got to be a button cam.
You can't tell me? We're just trying to figure out if this was a mistake.
Naomi Price, the woman who signed the duplicate absentee ballot return envelopes, is actually this man's grandmother. He wasn't willing to let us speak to her.
Can I speak with Ms. Price?
I want to talk to my grandmother. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Okay.
No, you're not about to question her. It doesn't matter what y'all putting up on the Freedom of Act, anything.
All right, we're just trying to make sure there's no fraud.
My final warning.
All right, we're leaving.
We're calling the police.
All right, we're leaving. Thank you. All right. All right. Thank you.
We also scanned the barcode on Naomi Price's return envelopes and again found identical voter identification numbers, confirming that both return envelopes belong to the same voter and raising further concerns about the dual ballot numbers.
I'm looking for Myrtle Harvey. It appears as though you've signed a ballot twice in the 2020 election. This would be October 17, 2020, and October 1st, 2020 is signed Myrtle Harvey. It appears to be the same.
Ballot for absentee ballot.
Yeah. Our next stop, Myrtle Harvey, seemed to acknowledge that she had signed and submitted both absentee ballot return envelopes and blamed.
Now, these people that are actually saying, yep, I did it, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to them? Nothing. Nothing.
The city for sending her two.
Your signature is on both of these.
Okay, then what?
And it was
Mistake then. If they sent me, they must have sent me two then.
they sent you two.
They had to.
That's what, and yeah, they must have made a mistake and sent you two.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, it's
Okay, disregard it. Don't bother me no more.
don't bother you.
Damn election.
Oh, she slammed the door. Myrtle Harvey, we just spoke to Myrtle Harvey, said that the city of Detroit must have made a mistake, and you have two different election judges here. The city of Detroit has made a mistake, sent her two, which she filled out.
We also scanned Myrtle Harvey's barcodes, and in this situation, she actually had two separate voter ID numbers. Now, it's not a crime to have been registered twice with separate voter ID numbers, as long as you only vote with one of them. But notice that in this case, Myrtle Harvey's two signatures are identical, which appears to show that Myrtle did indeed sign both of them herself. Again, this is not proof that both votes were counted, but it's a discrepancy we're in the process of investigating.
I just wanted to show you something. We're just making sure everyone's registered to vote and getting out the vote.
At our last stop of the day, Miranda Morrow didn't recognize the second signature at all, leading us to wonder who actually signed her duplicate absentee ballot return envelope and why.
In the 2020 election, that's your signature. And then we saw another ballot also at this same address in that signature. That's not you. Okay, and this is your signature right here.
That's me right there.
But this signature right here is not you.
I don't know who that person is. They contacted me in 2020. My signatures did not match what they had on file.
And?
Wow. Miranda Nicole.
Wait, so they know. So they called her and probably still cast both ballots.
Morrow, if you look at the ballot here, you'll see a signature. She confirmed, Miranda Morrow confirmed that is her signature, but she said she has no idea who that is. And she claims the city of Detroit contacted her about her vote in 2020. Now, a lot of these people are saying to me, well, this was 6 years ago, who cares? But this voter did not say that. She actually said, yeah, in 2020, the city of Detroit contacted me about this ballot to verify her signature. But what we don't understand is why this ballot was received. It was received and it was not rejected, right? There's no rejection indication on this ballot.
We know few issues are as polarizing as election fraud. People come to this debate with deeply held beliefs, and evidence is often filtered through politics before it is even considered on its merits. But that is why we're not asking you to accept a theory here or trust a narrative. We are showing you the documents, the public records obtained through Freedom of Information Act requests, the envelopes.
I know some states you can actually go and check who you voted for after the fact. Unfortunately, I don't think this place is one of them.
First-hand encounters we uncovered interviewing voters on primary day, August 4th. Our job is to follow the evidence. And that is why yesterday we submitted a written request to the Detroit Department of Elections and the City of Detroit's FOIA office, requesting the complete qualified voter file, absent voter transaction, and audit history for the voters identified in these envelopes. This investigation is far from over, and we'll keep you apprised on the results of our audit. And if you'd like to be part of this investigation, or if you've witnessed election fraud in your city...
Election fraud's not happening. It's not happening, guys. It didn't almost just happen.
Is it okay if I'm not...
Come on. You expect people to believe that? We found it in California. All kinds of video, the media ignores it. Michigan. Wait, was that Michigan? Yes. Oh shit, that's the same state as the fucking the fucking USB sticks. that the fucking communist Korean almost won because of those absentee ballot sticks. It's funny how they have two different fucking memory sticks, one for a fucking audit and one with the actual votes. Shouldn't those fucking match up?
U.S. citizen, it's okay for me to vote.
All I know is you're registered to vote here.
As long as I'm registered, I can vote, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
OMG has discovered multiple non-citizens from Iran registered to vote for the 2026 Michigan primary elections. The local police told us that this
I
is an
wonder who they
abandoned
voted for. Al Said?
building, September 8th. Hello. Do you guys know if this is an abandoned building?
Yeah.
When's the last time people lived here? You just drank here? Both of these non-citizens from Iran, a country we're at war with, are also on the Department from Iran.
Because sexual assault, computer crimes, lewd or lascivious acts with a minor. So this fucking dude on the right's a goddamn pedophile. Hey Chantel, good to see you.
Iran, a country we're at war with, are also on the Department of Homeland Security's worst of the worst list.
Oh. Last name, please. Last name, Harittash. First name, Fazwallah.
Yep, this is the right place.
One of them is still incarcerated for felony child sex crimes. Yet another reason that it is illegal for him to vote.
I want to catch this guy. All this, I'm gonna run after him.
You can see, we got the.
I get it. Voter fraud, people they're tired of hearing it. They're tired of hearing it. But you know what was weird? You know what was weird? Back in the early teens, all these motherfuckers were also ignoring Jeffrey Epstein. Everybody was ignoring it. Everybody, except for the guy that testified.
Cars over there with the rims were being looked at. These guys are staring at us. What's more, Michelle admits into a hidden camera on primary day in Dearborn, Michigan on August 4th that he's about to vote.
Your name is Mr. Afshin Mashali, right?
That is correct.
Are you interested to vote?
Yeah, we're going a little bit later.
Despite being a non-citizen. And Michigan poll workers on August 4th were happily prepared to hand these non-citizens voting ballots.
So I have a felony, I'm a sex offender.
Doesn't matter.
As long as my name is there.
If your name is here, you can vote.
That's wild. With access to the Michigan voter rolls, our OMG team identified two non-citizens registered to vote in the Michigan primary elections. One is named Afshin Mashali, a citizen of Iran who was caught on the Department of Homeland Security's worst of the worst list.
Why is he
Now,
at
that
home?
list consists of some of the most notorious non-citizens.
If he's the worst and the worst, why was he at his house? Worst of the worst, they know he's an illegal. They have his address. Go get him.
The Department of Homeland Security has caught in the past years. According to United States District Court documents, Afshin Mashali was also convicted of criminal sexual conduct that resulted in him being on the sex offender registry. Afshin Mashali was never a U.S. citizen. It says he entered on a visitor visa from Iran in 1991, was ordered removed following criminal convictions, and remains subject to a final order of removal.
So why is he still here? He's got an order of removal. They know where he lives.
Afshin Mashali was also arrested by ICE in June of 2025 as a step toward the removal. Michigan's own voter roll data told us that Mashali voted in 2016, 2020, and 2024 despite his non-citizen status. We were able to...
You notice he didn't vote in the midterms? He didn't vote in the midterms. He only voted in the Fuck, I was muted, wasn't I? So the guy, look, he voted in 2016 presidential election, skipped the midterm, 2020 presidential election, skipped the midterm, 2020 presidential election.
2020 and 2024, despite his non-citizen status. We were able to confirm that Micheli is still registered to vote. Our undercover journalist visited Micheli's polling location inside the McDonald Elementary School in Dearborn, Michigan, to see if this non-citizen from Iran would actually be able to vote if we simply stated his name and we told them that we were a non-citizen.
Hi, how are you, brother? I'm good. I came for the vote. Can you check if the name is if showing in the system?
You have your ID with you?
I didn't bring it. But can you just check if the name you have it over there?
What's your last name?
Last name is Masheli, M-A-S-H-E-L-I. And the name Afshin.
Up, Angela.
Yeah, you're in here.
It's in there, so I can vote today.
Yeah.
I have no.
You need to fill the back of this.
Right. So the question is it okay if I'm not a U.S. citizen? It's okay for me to vote.
All I know is you're registered to vote here.
As long as I'm registered, I can vote, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
The election worker there openly tells our undercover journalist that the name Micheli is allowed to vote in the primary election, despite the fact Afshin is a non-citizen from Iran. But we wanted to take it a step further and say out loud that Afshin is not just a non-citizen from Iran, but also a convicted sex offender.
The other thing, I have a question. I have a felony. Can I talk to him, please? So I have a felony. I'm a sex offender.
Doesn't matter.
As long as my name is there.
If your name is here, you can vote. The rest of the information not important.
It's not important, right? Yeah. Perfect.
Being a felon, being a sex offender felon, does not automatically bar you from voting as long as you're released from prison. If you're incarcerated, you cannot vote. We find it bizarre that someone who could be ineligible to vote based on citizenship and be arrested by ICE and be on the worst of the worst list, but still have a voting ballot readily available to them at the polling station, even when you tell them all these things.
Yep.
After an election,
because they don't know.
confirmed that a registration
Or they
of
don't care.
Afshin's name appeared in the poll book, our team went to the Michigan address associated with that voter record. Right away, the undercover journalist caught Afshin returning to his house and ran to catch him.
Oh. ICE arrested him? Let him go. And now they know where he lives, and yet he's still here. Still here. Wonder if it has anything to do with them being a sanctuary city.
Looks like it's him. I want to catch this guy. All this, I'm gonna run after him.
Yes.
How you doing, sir? How are you?
Good.
Mr. Afshin?
Yeah.
How are you, brother?
Good.
Quick question. Did you vote today?
We have not, no.
Are you interested to vote?
Yeah, we're probably going a little bit later.
So you're going to vote today?
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm sorry, I am not supposed to ask you this question, but you know who you're going to vote for, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Your name is Mr. Afshin Masheli, right?
That is correct.
Speaking openly with our reporter, Micheli said he planned to vote later that day in Michigan's primary at the McDonald Elementary School we attended. If federal records identifying Micheli as a non-U.S. citizen are accurate, his stated intention to vote is blatantly illegal. Our undercover asked Afshin if he voted in the last elections, including in 2024, as per the data.
Did you vote in the last elections?
No,
So
I did not.
When was the last time you voted?
It's been a long time ago.
When?
In Iran?
In a minute. Maybe 4 elections ago.
Right.
Or Barack Obama?
Yeah, but I usually...
But it shows we do investigative journalism, and we looked at your past votings, and the last election you did vote.
Yo, I didn't realize that.
You tell me.
You're right. You're right. Granted, it's shut down for the day, but it's still a school. I'm pretty sure he's not allowed within a certain amount of feet or yards from a school, regardless.
Right now, you didn't vote, and it shows that you did cast your vote and you voted for the last election. What do you want to say for that?
I don't I don't have anything to say. So what is this?
Yeah, but now, I mean, I'm telling you that we have proof that you voted for the last election.
So what is this about?
So now, what you told me right now, few seconds ago, that you didn't tell me a few years ago, but I'm telling you that you voted for the last elections.
Okay, well, then they shouldn't.
They shouldn't, right?
Yeah.
On July 6, 2026, DOJ Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon issued a letter to Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson warning her that knowingly retaining non-citizens on Michigan's state voter registration list and sending such individuals ballots and then counting those ballots would constitute procurement, casting, or tabulation of ballots that are known.
So could it be counted as obstruction and falsifying official documents? Fraud? Could those be the charges for the people that are allowing this?
To be false in violation of Section 12(2)(b) of the National Voter Registration Act. Harmeet Dillon.
We still, well, I don't know about there. We do here, because I'm supposed to go to a church to vote, but I don't go to the church because I don't want to set on fire. But I do go to the main polling place, and yeah, in person, and you actually have to show an ID and verify your address without looking at your ID because they already have it.
In her letter claims that if the Michigan Secretary of State continues to allow this, prosecutions will come. There's that accountability that you guys want, and we're providing the evidence to assist the Department of Justice.
It isn't just bad policy to let non-citizens vote in federal elections. It's a crime, and that this Department of Justice will intend to prosecute that crime.
And Afshin Michelli was even specifically mentioned by an organization called Check My Vote, and Michelli's picture was featured in a Gateway Pundit article, so his picture is already on the internet, and he's still registered to vote.
Yeah, they have it here too. I thought about volunteering one time, but if they ask political views, I'm fucked.
Now, elsewhere in metropolitan Detroit, our team was on the ground throughout Detroit, and this is just part one. We identified another registered voter named Fazlola Haritash.
If he's here and he's a child fucking sexual offender, and you're letting him rot in jail instead of deporting his ass to South Sudan, what in the fuck? What is wrong? They're deporting everybody, right? These guys, they can just walk into a... Never mind sanctuary fucking states. That's how people like this are allowed to remain.
A national who, like Afshin Michelli, is identified in federal records as a non-U.S. citizen. Now, Haritash also has a serious criminal history, but in this case, he was convicted of lewd and lascivious acts with a minor. Now, this past felony conviction is not by itself with a minor.
It added sexual assault. Whoa. This dude should get the death penalty automatically.
Minor. Now, this past felony conviction does not by itself disqualify someone from voting in Michigan once that person is no longer incarcerated. But in this case, Haritash is currently incarcerated. There are actually two reasons for him to be disqualified. And like Afshin, Fazlola also has been featured on the Department of Homeland Security's worst of the worst list. The place where Fazlola would cast his ballot, well, that's at a mosque called the Tawhid Center in Farmington Hills, Michigan. So our undercover went to that place to check in person to confirm that Fazlola was in fact registered to vote and in fact could receive a ballot today.
Can we check if the name is on the system, please?
Okay, do you have your ID?
I didn't bring it, so can we? Yeah. You need the last name or first name?
Last name, please.
Last name. Haritash. First name Fazlola.
Yep, this is the right place.
It's in there. So
once again, we find ourselves puzzled and shocked at how unconscionable all this is. That someone who is ineligible to vote due to being a non-citizen from a country we're at war with is also ineligible to vote due to their felony incarceration.
Yeah. And it keeps bringing it the fact that it's a country we're at war with and they're here illegally. That's Gitmo time.
And yet still has a voting ballot waiting for them at a Michigan polling center on primary day from this past week, and that ballot is offered to a total stranger. You cannot make this stuff up. With the confirmation that Fezlola is an active registered voter in Michigan, our team headed to Fezlola's home in Farmington Hills and met his neighbor, who gave us more confirmation that Fezlola was from Iran and had been caught with minors in an Oakland County Sheriff's sting operation.
How you doing? Sorry, sir. Sorry to bother.
Hey, how you doing?
Probably you're having an help or something.
Yeah, I know.
How is everything?
Good, yeah.
I mean, we knocked on your neighbor across the street.
Oh, nobody lives there.
Nobody lives
He's
there?
a child predator.
Really? Get him.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Oh shoot, dude.
You know what's weird is he's in jail now. So,
Oh, okay, good.
he was a real quiet guy. He was from Iran. He's been in the country for like 30 years.
Yeah.
And at night I would see these cars pull up, and I'm in. I don't know. I'd see these girls get out and go in the back door. And he got caught by the Oakland County sheriffs.
Now, we have reached out to the Department of Homeland Security, ICE, and the Department of Justice.
Working on
Specifically,
what?
we reached out to Harmeet Dillon regarding our investigation into Ashvin Misheli, Fezlola Haritash, and the general lack of security around Michigan's elections. We've just confirmed before this story aired from the Department of Homeland Security that both Misheli and Haritash are non-citizens, so they confirmed that. The Department of Justice knows about this report, and we've also learned that they intend to take swift action. We'll make sure we follow up with them to ensure accountability comes. We await action from our government to ensure clean voter rolls across this country, and we have a follow-up in Michigan as well as other states. Stay tuned.
I wonder what other states they're going to go to. I'm just saying. Because they've already got Michigan. They've gotten California. Who's next? New York City? I think maybe they already got New York City.
My girl's a vegetable. Double time.
What up? Hold on. No. Nope. I hate that one. That's bullshit. Yeah, I mean, two known and convicted sex offenders. How the fuck are they even still in the United States? The FBI even says, oh, they're on our most wanted list. Or not FBI. The Department of Homeland Security. You know, the ones that are supposed to be doing these arrests? Weird. Okay, I like this one.
I looked outside. What did I see? A little bird. He looked at me. I lured him close. With a piece of bread. And then I smashed. His little head.
Oh.
The moral of.
That's the clean
I heard the
version.
jets a screaming. There's napalm in the air. It sticks to Libyan soldiers.
All right, I'm sorry. But this is why the states don't want to turn over their voters' rolls to the federal government. I get it. The federal government, it's not their business in state elections, but I think it should be for federal elections. Well, then again, the Democrats get in control of federal elections, be no idea again. I just don't get it. The easy ones to get, these fucking sanctuary places, don't let them get them out. And many times they'll release them. And like Chicago, release them 14 times. And then they go and murder somebody or rape somebody. And then, put them back in jail. Oh, We'll let him out until court case is done. Weird. I don't know what to say. Wood chippers, machetes, bullets, a slow, painful death from a large injection. Large injection. So you can take a whole IV line of air and you'll be fine. So what if I just did 10 cc's? 20 cc's? Because that whole line of air is probably maybe 2. But anyway, slow, painful, and enjoyable. Not for them, of course. For me. And maybe you. Anyway, I'm done talking. I'm going to go back to what I was doing on my sabbatical. Playing a video game. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Love me some video games. And you get really stuck into them. Like world domination. Most people would find this game very boring. It's Civilization 7. But I love taking over the fucking world. Because one time I'll be like, oh, I'm so nice. I want to be buddies with anybody. And then I nuke their asses at the end. And I end up winning by the war of attrition. Military victory. I know. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of 18 and above, this, I heard something a couple days ago. Like, why do some people's channels still... Why don't people label their fucking channels as 18 and above? I mean, I know I have to have mine 18 and above because I'm going to say some crazy shit. But some of y'all say some crazy shit on those streams too, but you keep it up for under 18. Yeah, whatever. I'm not telling y'all how to think. I'm just telling you to think. And time for some more games. Maybe get something to eat. Is it? Yeah, it's time to eat.